both 100 feet apart.
Really?
They're
pretty close.
And one of them's for an adult to play with RC cars.
On hardwood.
And I'm telling you, if they run
Randy?
they run those freaking them RCs, I'll run the damn things in them. I don't want them. So that's my complaint.
Everybody, welcome to the Lawrenceburg Redevelopment Commission meeting, April the 10th, 4:30 p.m. Before we get started, I'll read this public involvement announcement. The City of Lawrenceburg is collecting and analyzing statistical information regarding demographics to assist in monitoring and ensuring non-discrimination in all of its programs and activities. The voluntary Title VI Public Involvement Survey will be available at all public hearings and meetings. The survey will allow respondents to remain anonymous. Surveys are located in the back of council chambers. If you'd like to fill one out, you can fill one of those out and then place it back in the manila envelope. Let's see. You going to do the roll call?
I certainly can.
I guess I could. Executive Director Brian Messmore.
Present.
President Richard Richardson is present. Vice President Lenny Fryman.
Here.
Secretary Kevin Schaefer.
Here.
Member Janie Wilson.
Here.
Member Brian Johnson.
Here.
Lawrenceburg School Representative, Board Member Aaron Shepard.
Here.
City Attorney Del Weldon.
Here.
And that's it. Everybody's here. Welcome to the meeting and our audience. All right. If we've had time to review the minutes from the previous meeting, I'll take a motion to approve those. We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? Motion carries. We have any announcements?
I have one, just as a reminder that we have a joint work session between City Council and the Redevelopment Commission on April 20th for the Liberty Theater update.
All right.
What
Do
time
your,
is that?
I believe it was at 4. Do your very best to make yourself present for that meeting, please.
All right.
Thank you.
Financial report. Mr. Messmore, did you want to
Well,
go over a few of the numbers with us? I know we've got the information in our packets. Does anybody have any questions in regards to that?
you know, Kelly's not here, so
Yeah, we're missing our.
we're missing.
Yeah, exactly.
I know. So cute.
It looks like our total unexpended balance would be $2,585,000 and some change.
All right. Does anybody have any questions in regard to that? If you do, just get with us so we can get those addressed. Under new business, we've got the Maple Street Excavation Award. Mr. Messmore, throw it back to you.
Yes,
for that.
thank you. As you recall, we've been working on Maple Street, trying to return that property to residential, single-family residential status, and through that process, we've had discovered and needed some remediation. We put that out for bid, and we received those bids back on last Thursday. Our internal staff received 3 bids. All were qualified and all met all the requirements of the bid package. The O'Rourke was $49,695. Hoosier Equipment was $64,879. Howard Excavating was $65,485.
God bless you.
Pardon me? I thought I heard something.
Oh, I'd say God bless you.
Oh, missed that. Missed the first part. And that being said, we also, Atlas is our environmental consultant on this job, and if you recall, we're using brownfield grant dollars for managing the remediation. We can't use that for the physical remediation, but we can use it for all the testing that's ongoing during the remediation, and they'll place soil back in what they've removed. They also reviewed the packets and concur. All are qualified, and based on that, my recommendation is that we award the Maple Street remediation and excavation project to O'Rourke at $49,695.
All right. Do we have a motion to make that award for O'Rourke for $49,695?
So move.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Second, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
And Lenny, he said he'd take care of that one for us.
What are we taking care of?
You cover that 49,000 for
Oh,
us.
yeah, it's chump
Yeah,
change.
that's why he made the motion.
Thank you, Lenny.
You're welcome.
We've got our development agreement between Lawrenceburg Redevelopment Commission and Indiana Landmarks.
So it was included in your package. I don't know if there are any questions. We essentially put into, Dell, thank you, Dell, put this into a development agreement with Landmarks. Essentially covers all the fundamentals that we had covered in our public meeting a couple months ago. So if there are not any questions, we did change on page 4, we changed in one location seller to buyer. It does not affect any of the language. We just had one extra seller in there instead of a buyer. And so we switched that around today. I have a new copy. So I would be looking for a motion to move this agreement forward with Indiana Landmarks.
Brian, have they agreed to the contract already?
They have fundamentally agreed to everything. They have another chance to review to make sure there's nothing that would prohibit them from continuing. They're waiting on us.
Okay.
I have one question. Is there a time limit, once we sign the agreement for some sort of construction to commence? Like, can they sit on it for 20 years and not do nothing with it, or do we give them 3 years before they start, or, I mean?
No.
Thought about that.
I mean, we could add that. We could add that clause, and have Mr. Messmore sign contingent on that. You'll see,
Yep.
you do see that clause, in the other agreement that we're reviewing today, and that is Mr. Johnson's correct, that is a clause that we've used in the past, and I think that's pertinent. I think that's a good thought, and we could put that, they have to at least start construction, within 6 months of closing. And so you could approve this agreement contingent on adding that paragraph, and then Mr. Messmore.
Good call.
Yeah, I think that's very fair. We didn't have any concerns, but you always plan for the worst and hope for the best.
Should we have a start date and a completion date?
We could do that. What we've seen is, we've usually seen completion within 6 months. I mean, this is maybe a project that would be worthy of start in 6, complete in 12,
I agree.
just to give them all the time they would need. Plus, they've agreed to work around our city entertainment schedule, and so there could be delays just from us asking them to not work on a certain day. So 6 and 12 would be long, maybe twice as long as we've done in the past, but probably fair in these circumstances.
I think that's fair.
I agree.
That's a good call, Brian. I appreciate that. And they've indicated that they're anxious to get started. I do not foresee any problems, but I think it's an excellent point that we put that in there.
Yep.
So do we have a motion to approve the development agreement and contract for purchase and sale of real estate, adding in the stipulation of a start time within 6 months of completed purchase and completion of project within 12 months? Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Motion carries. If we don't have anything any additional under new business, we'll move on to old business. And I have got Vince Cleve for D&D Vending.
Vince, would you like to step up and introduce yourself?
I will. I'm Vince Clee, owner of D&D Vending. I've owned D&D for 46 years and moved it to Indiana 35 years ago. Moved 2 companies down here, but we sold the one off, so we just got D&D left. And we just moved it into the old Sanorama building a few months ago. We bought that and we put almost $300,000 into that building to get it fixed up to where we needed it to be, and we're just asking for some help for that.
And it's, what Dell and I had done is created a development agreement based on the discussion that we had last week. So I would believe that most of what we've put in here, if not all, would be consistent with the consensus, the direction that the conversation was going last month. So it was included in your packets. So if you have any additional questions for Vince, obviously.
Sure. Anything at all?
He's here.
Thank you for coming down.
Well, thank you.
Would anybody like to make a motion to move forward with the economic development agreement that has been provided for us?
I'd say yes, so moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries.
May I add just a comment to that, just for clarification purposes in the public? The fundamentals are the same. It is a not to exceed $50,000. So $50,000 after certificates of occupancy for all three businesses are presented to RDC.
Okay, well, the two are there.
That's fine.
And the third one, I'm going to say another month they'll
That's
be
perfect.
inactive.
We were a little confused last meeting on the relationship between that particular business and yours, and that got us down a little rabbit hole there.
Okay,
And then it also talks about he has to stay in business for 3 years, all of our traditional clawbacks. I just wanted to bring those out forward.
that should not be a
Was
problem.
there a determination on how many extra jobs they were gonna bring?
No,
There was no.
no,
That was never.
no.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate
Thank
you
you.
coming down.
Another business locating in Lawrenceburg.
Awesome. Director Messmore, we've got you here for project updates.
Well, we have that meeting scheduled to get everybody caught up on the Liberty Theater project. We continue to work through the construction drawing phase, which is lots of details. We've talked about Maple Street. As a reminder, tax credit housing, we should hear back in May, and that's the project on Durbin Plaza. We've talked about the row house. Any questions from the board on some of the things that are going on?
Our bigger questions might be answered on the 20th. That meeting.
Yes.
Can I still come if it's 5 o'clock?
You make your
I have
best.
appointments, so,
Just do your best.
yeah.
That's all we can ask.
Okay.
And if not, I'll fill you in on where we're at
Okay.
without a problem. Any other?
All right. If not, we can go ahead and move on to the,
Is there any other old business that?
do we have any additional old business before we move to the Main Street report?
Yes, there've been people talking about our lots, and I was wondering if we could get Mr. Weldon to maybe write something up till we could go with the realtor or something and try to sell these things.
He's already working on it.
I figured he was.
Where's Lenny? Oh, there.
Thanks, Dale.
You're welcome.
I know there's a lot of people asking a lot of questions about him,
Yeah.
so
Are there?
I know who to talk to.
Yeah.
Only-
So you need a motion on that or anything?
Do we need to have a motion for that?
No.
Okay.
All right.
So to clarify that to the folks that don't already know, we have 4, 5, 6 lots in the city of downtown Lawrenceburg, and they are for sale. We advertised them locally, haven't had much response. There's a lot of curiosity, nothing real serious, but we thought that one of the options was to list them professionally and keep the current recommendations on the lots, the prices, and things like that. So we thought we might get a broader audience, finding another way to circulate the information about those vacant lots. So just to catch everybody up on where that is going. If that's fair.
All right. Now the Main Street report.
Yes.
That has been provided in our packets. If anybody has any questions about that, you can feel free to email Michelle Cohn or get with her on that, and she can answer any questions that you would have in regard to it. But that has been provided to us. If we've had time to review the claims for this month, I'll take a motion to approve those.
So move.
Lenny, a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second, Brian. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Comments from the audience?
I was curious on the Indiana landmarks. What project is that?
It's 140, 146 East Side, the row houses,
Right next to the stage.
right next
by
to the
Civic Park.
stage. So,
Happening with them?
well, we have an agreement with them that we would not to exceed $300,000 to help assist them in their $300,000 or more in structurally stabilizing the building and repairing the exterior wall. And then they would take care of, they would own it and fix it and sell it to the public. So I feel pretty good about getting it in their hands, and with their experience and their network of professionals in that field, that we'll get a nice product out of it.
Yeah, that was a project that's been a sore for 3 years.
Yeah.
It's been going to cost a whole lot of money, and this is going to be a blessing. It'll be a lot of help. Save us a lot of
Best of
money.
both worlds. It saves the historical building, and then it
Yeah.
gets it out into the market.
And it only costs the city $300,000?
That's correct. Yeah, that was,
At some point, I thought somebody was talking like there was $1 million worth of work needed done.
there's been several engineering reports, and, you know, the folks that have that skill and experience can figure out how to get the same outcome with less dollars. And I think, you know, Landmarks has a, you know, good handle on that. And it's, you know, it's not going to be white boxed and done, but it's going to be structurally sound, and the wall's going to be repaired. Therefore, it will be much more marketable than it is today. And yeah, yes, it's, you know, everything goes well. That's been the lowest value of entry for us in this project since the beginning. So,
Sounds like a good plan.
Scott?
I have a question. So when it's finished, will that be two buildings because it's side by side, or just one structure to be sold?
it most likely two, unless somebody had a way to, you know, buy them both and turn them into one big one. But it's, yeah, listed as two at this point.
And also, isn't there a stipulation also, Brian, that it's got to be light
Yeah.
business? It can't be anything.
Yeah, business, office, light retail, residential.
Yeah.
All right. There's no additional comments. I'll go ahead and take a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Fast.
Motion carries.
That was a lot faster than I planned on.
See that email I sent you? Did you?
The text?
Look at that? Was it a text?
Yeah, I called.
I appreciate it.
Richard, we got to sign this.
What's that? Did you?